Hey guys, it's Morgan. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, click the subscribe button down below. Today is April 25th and I will be reading my UW essays. This has been a highly requested video considering the amount of people who watched my college decision video. Thank you so much guys, by the way, for the nice comments. They're so sweet and I'm just so thankful to have so much of a support system on this platform. I decided I'll be splitting up my stats into different videos. So today's video will be reading my essays, but later I'll have like teacher letter of recs, extracurriculars, GPA, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into the essay reading. Oh god, I have not read these in like a while. So for UW, I wrote two different essays. One was optional while the other was required. So I'm gonna read the required one first because that's shorter. In short, the required prompt is describe the world you come from and how you, as a product of it, might add to the diversity of UW. And then this word count was 300. So I'm gonna read mine really quick and then I'll explain after. Each homecoming year, I choreograph a dance called Mock Rock, which incorporates over 60 people from my grade. Through many attempts, I've come to understand the most effective way to create a successful performance, which is through student input. During the past 2 years, I've asked different groups of students to help me choreograph and give music suggestions. I solicit feedback by face-to-face communication in front of the big group during rehearsals, motivating everybody to contribute to the conversation. Simultaneously, I'm attentive to those who may be hesitant to speak up, leading me to individually ask for input while recognizing the value of each perspective. Furthermore, I organize smaller groups to practice together and even mix up formations to bridge the gap between unfamiliar faces. Within the small groups, choreographers encourage the participants to self-manage their interpretations of the dance, providing everybody a chance to give input and feel part of the group. By nurturing inclusivity, Mock Rock has grown to contain over 100 participants and is known for strongly tying our class community together. At UW, I hope to make the same positive impact on the student body by utilizing my peers' ideas and feedback via ASUW. I intend to conduct various polls and distribute Google Forms to gather the preferences of the student body regarding upcoming events. Subsequently, I will work in collaboration with ASUW to effectively utilize the students' input, consistently aiming to make the next event even better than the last. My ability to actively listen and include others' perspectives will be advantageous to my peers' academic and personal experiences at UW. I strive to embrace various viewpoints, enabling me to maintain an open mind and attempt to understand the complexity of a wide range of new ideas and concepts. Okay, so that was essay 1. Not as bad as I thought, but definitely could still use some work, I think. For context, ASUW is UW student government, and so I've been involved in leadership for like 4 years at my high school. I definitely want to continue that in college. Here I use Mock Rock as my example, and it's good to note that class officers aren't required to choreograph the dance and can find someone else in the grade to do it for them. But because I really wanted to be involved with the like face-to-face communication in my grade, I decided to step up to the plate and take on the responsibility, and it's probably one of the best decisions of my high school career. But yeah, I definitely think this was such an impactful activity in my years of high school. So really just write what you're genuinely passionate about because it will shine through. Moving on to the second essay prompt that's optional. It says, tell a story from your life, describing an experience that either demonstrates your character or helped to shape it. And the maximum length is 650 words, which if you don't know is basically the Common App essay. Common App essay is like a personal statement of like just one big story. Normally you focus in on one specific topic and then you show how you grow from it. I would like to know the essay I'm about to read was definitely edited for my IVs and turned into like an extended metaphor, if that's gonna make sense later. Basically what I'm trying to say is it's the same exact concept, but I did add like my grandpa into it, which was not added in before. Technically I'm reading the one that was submitted to higher schools because I got more time to work on it then. But I'm really proud of this essay. I just find so much joy in reading it, so I hope you guys like it. And this took me a long time, like 30 drafts. Exaggeration, but basically it was a lot. The sound of tiles shuffled away into piles feeds the anxiousness that lies in our stomachs. Eyes quickly scrutinize the table. This is how I recall the atmosphere of Mahjong, a traditional Chinese game that involves many intricacies and strategies. From playing Mahjong with my grandparents many times after dinner, I've come to realize the complexity of problem solving, adaptability, and most importantly, leadership. My grandpa was a man of few words, but observing his strategic tile withdrawals revealed the careful crafting, logic, and skill that existed within each move of such a fast-paced game. Through planning major events for the student body as freshman and sophomore class president, I felt the same thrill as Mahjong. However, when my junior year focus turns toward my academics, I voluntarily ran for the smaller role of class secretary. Immediately, I grew discouraged by the limited autonomy I perceived in my new position. The frustration of lacking control brewed inside of me all summer, making it seem as if Mahjong tiles were crashing down and every right move had transitioned into a wrong one. Or so I thought. I constantly questioned, how could I find purpose without being the designated leader? Each time my grandpa played mahjong, he utilized a different strategy. Nonetheless, the willingness of his actions made the most powerful impact, and I would quickly become aware of such potency in my own life. My intense focus while monitoring the tiles in mahjong was similar to how I observed the president, who approached his role uniquely despite lacking prior leadership experience. One day, when our officer team was organizing our class bonding event, the president proposed a new idea: distributing Google Forms and conducting polls on social media. The strategy would enable our team to connect with a broader range of students, gathering different feedback. By watching the president successfully reach out to my peers, I found the significance of looking beyond simple steps to achieve inclusion. My curiosity about how the president handled his new role mirrored my contemplation of the various patterns my grandpa employed through numerous mahjong games. The president's resourcefulness led him to find success. Instead of leaning solely on rudimentary leadership tactics, the president showed me the value of the side tiles. In mahjong, I used to only play the most powerful tile sequences. Similar to my leadership style, I believe the only way to be effective was through bold, tried, and tested ways. Yet, I would lose day after day to my grandpa. His hands decisively grabbed 3 tiles and exposed them on the table. Pong, my grandpa stated with confidence. He had won. The willingness to forge his own path ended up rewarding my grandpa. After exploring the new president's strengths, I've learned that authentic leadership is not about keeping the spotlight on yourself. Instead, effective leadership comes from recognizing the value of your team's diverse perspectives. In my new role as this year's ASB president, I can approach my new class officer team with a fresh mindset. I have implemented the successes I saw from the junior class president. I now communicate more efficiently with my 4 ASB officers through in-person meetings, individually reach out to students outside of the class's typical participants, and gather input in Google Forms to present to the administration. With student feedback, I've ensured that the leadership class organizes events that work towards equity and inclusion. Specifically, I've devised event planning projects challenging leadership students to create events that foster unity within our school community. That rhymes. The way I utilize my grandpa's mahjong plays resembles my ability to learn from others. Today, when I'm given a tile at the mahjong table, I carry on my grandfather's tradition of utilizing the least powerful tiles and find myself saying, Pong. Okay, that was 635 words out of the 650 allowed. I definitely want to note that whatever your personal statement is about, make sure it's about you and make it really unique. For example, I tied this in with my culture and found a specific thing within the culture to talk about. And then I further use that as an extended metaphor to talk about my reflection through my leadership process in my junior year. So yeah, those are my essays. I really hope you guys enjoy it. Big shout out to the junior class president, Darius, who actually helped me write this essay. So grateful for him. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this essay reading video. More to come for sure. So if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't do anything, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!